Greetings superhumans and welcome to the 5th alter ego video blog. Remember those videos I said I was going to do weekly? I have no excuses this time really, life didn't even get in the way. I think I went through a period of about 2 weeks where I didn't get very many comments on my videos and then kind of forgot that I ever said I was going to do these videos. But I'm back now, so let's crack on with it. First off, I wanted to take discussion outside of my channel. There's been a lot of pop culture news and stuff that is relevant to the stuff that I make on my channel, so I thought I would talk about that for a little while. The first big thing was Comic-Con happened. I was not there, but I was following all the big news that was coming out. Of course, the biggest news that came out of the event was that the Man of Steel sequel will feature Batman. They don't know what it's going to be called yet, but it's looking likely that it's either going to be Superman vs. Batman or Batman vs. Superman, because I guess they probably just want to clear up that debate once and for all. And my reaction to this news was one of relative excitement. I thought it was kind of a cool and slightly different move for DC to take. It seems like what they're doing is rushing a Justice League movie into development. If they were taking their time about it, they could have given Superman another movie or even two to stretch his legs a little bit. But they seem pretty keen on introducing Batman into that world. And the next logical step after Batman is the rest of the Justice League. Well, really the next logical step after Batman is Wonder Woman, but for some reason, Hollywood studios don't seem to like Wonder Woman, which I think is crazy, but that's another topic for another blog at another time. So the series, if they are setting it up to be a series, is undoubtedly going to be compared to the Avengers, but at least they're doing something slightly different from what the Avengers did. I mean, Marvel started with Iron Man, the character in that pantheon who is most likely to exist in the real world. I mean, the whole robot suit thing is kind of fantastical, but nevertheless he is the most real of the Avengers. And then as time went on and people got more used to the universe, they introduced the more fantastical elements like Thor, or Captain America being frozen in a glacier for 80 years. DC have gone the complete opposite direction. They've started with the most fantastical character, an invulnerable godlike alien who managed to level an entire city in the first film in his franchise. My worry is that it's going to be quite jarring to go from that straight into a movie with Batman, who is arguably the most realistic character in the Justice League pantheon. I mean, the movie is still 2 years away, so this is all speculation and ultimately kind of pointless, but I think every nerd out there has got to be glad that we now live in a world where a high-profile director like Zack Snyder can direct a movie that is Superman fighting Batman. Overall though, I think Man of Steel makes the DC universe slightly more problematic than it could be. I mean, their first move towards creating a larger DC universe is to have Batman fighting Superman. They're going to have to do a lot of establishment with Batman very quickly and presumably give him a massive stockpile of kryptonite, otherwise there's literally no way he's going to beat Superman. So I class my overall level of excitement at the Batman-Superman crossover film at tentatively excited. On to the big news out of the Marvel camp at Comic-Con. Joss Whedon popped up to announce that the title of the Avengers sequel is going to be Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, I was more excited about this news than I was about the Batman-Superman movie, because the title alone gave us way more information than the Batman-Superman symbol that Zack Snyder rocked out did. I mean, straight off, it told us that the villain of the Avengers sequel, who most people assumed to be Thanos, who's the villain who appeared in the mid-credit sequence of the first Avengers movie, was actually going to be Ultron. Now in the comics, Ultron is a sentient AI created by Hank Pym, also known as Ant-Man, which meant that a lot of people got excited that Ant-Man would appear in Avengers 2, but Joss Whedon has quelled that rumour, and basically suggested that Tony Stark is going to be the one who creates Ultron in the movie. Which brings me on to another reason why I was more excited about this news than the DC news. Joss Whedon, unlike Zack Snyder, actually had the good grace to do some follow-up interviews to quash some of that speculation. And in doing so, he actually gave us quite a lot of information about the Avengers sequel. Not just that Ultron would be created by Tony Stark, but that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, long rumoured to appear in the movie, will be appearing in the movie, and that Black Widow will have a much larger role, Loki won't appear, and Agent Coulson also won't appear. He'll be too busy doing Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. over on TV. The other thing people were speculating about was that Avengers: Age of Ultron would follow the recent comic book arc of the same name. Now, anyone who knows me will know that I love the Avengers movie series, so it won't come as any surprise to them that my excitement level for Avengers 2 Age of Ultron pretty high. But now we come on to some news that I wasn't so happy about coming out of Comic-Con, which was the Doctor Who panel. Now, before I begin on this topic, I'm aware that Comic-Con is a huge international marketing opportunity for TV and film production companies, but there are some things that have become staples at Comic-Con, possibly to their detriment, and Doctor Who is one of them. For anyone who doesn't know, at Comic-Con they screened a special trailer for the upcoming 50th anniversary special of Doctor Who, which is fine, and I completely understand why they did it. My problem was that Stephen Moffat refused to release it anywhere else. It wouldn't have been difficult for them to release it online, for example. But no, they said specifically that this trailer was a Comic-Con exclusive and it wasn't going to be screened anywhere else in the world. My problem with it is this. Doctor Who is a British show. Yes, it has a massive international fan base, but its core audience and the place where they make it are in Britain. Surely the BBC know that the vast majority of British Doctor Who fans can't afford to go over to Comic-Con, either for time or financial reasons. And to show exclusive footage of a big important event in the show's history, somewhere where British fans, its core audience, can't see it, seems like kind of a middle finger. Now look, I have no problem with them screening the footage at Comic-Con. It was just their refusal to post it anywhere else afterwards that got me. I mean, it wouldn't have been the most difficult thing in the world to post the footage online, say, a week or 2 weeks after Comic-Con, so that everybody gets the opportunity to watch it, but it still feels like a Comic-Con exclusive. I mean, it's possible that I'm just getting into a nerd rage because there is existing footage of the 50th anniversary special out there, and I haven't seen it, but it just seems kind of unfair. Basically, grrr. But in more positive Doctor Who news, last night saw the announcement of the 12th Doctor. For those of you who have been living with your head under a rock for the past 24 hours, the 12th Doctor is going to be played by Peter Capaldi, famous for playing the sweary spin doctor Malcolm Tucker in The Thick of It. Now, I was really pleased with this announcement. I think Peter Capaldi is a fantastic actor and I think he's going to do a great job with the role. But I logged onto the internet shortly after the announcement. I was genuinely surprised to see the amount of people who had a problem with it, which is fine. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions. But the thing that got me about it was that all of the criticism was focused on what the Doctor wasn't rather than what the new Doctor was. There was a large group of people whose reaction was, well, I wish it had been a woman, or I wish it had been a person of colour, or I wish it had been a ginger, but he'll do. Now, I admit it would have been nice to have a black Doctor or a female Doctor, but the thing is, the actor who plays the Doctor is actually only a very small part of what makes the show as a whole work. Yes, he's got to bring his own style and his own voice to the role, but all of that is useless if he doesn't have good writing to back it up, or if the writing's good but he's placed in uninteresting situations. For now, I just think we should be happy that we've got a good actor who really knows what he's doing playing the Doctor. And the fact that he's older doesn't hurt either. It'll go some way to stamping out this romance angle that they've been playing up over the last few years. Basically, Peter Capaldi is a fantastic actor and I'm thoroughly excited to see what he does as the Doctor. So excitement level for Peter Capaldi as 12th Doctor, very high. Next up, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the future of the channel. So You're a Superhero is going strong and it will continue to do so. I've got plans for up to 100 episodes, so it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. I do have plans for more one-shot videos, like my Superpowered Kitchen video and my So You're a Supervillain episode. If you missed either of them, you can click here for the one-shot playlist. You can go watch them now. But the next one will come out when I reach either 50 subscribers, which I'm about 8 off at the moment, or 5,000 channel views, which I am approximately 1,700 views off at the moment. So if you want to see me panic and run about slightly like a headless chicken because I haven't thought of anything to release, then keep watching and subscribing. I've also got plans for another series to start on my channel. It'll be a lot shorter than So You're a Superhero. It'll probably run for about 12 episodes, of which I have written 2 so far. So it's a little way off, but it's on its way. To give you a little tease, it will prominently feature a soon-to-be recurring character in the So You're a Superhero universe. That's right, I'm doing a spin-off. I've disappeared right up my own arse. I thought I'd tell you about the remaining special episodes for the remainder of this year. We've got a Kick-Ass 2 episode, an episode for DC Villains Month, an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. special, a Halloween special, a special for Thor the Dark World, one for the Doctor Who 50th anniversary special, and a Christmas special. So you've got some stuff to look forward to. Finally, I wanted to ask you a question about my content. I said at the beginning of this video that I want to do more vlogs talking directly to you guys. The question is, do you want to see more vlogs like this, where I just talk about stuff outside of the channel? I probably won't have as much to say about stuff in other videos. This is just because there's been a bevy of pop culture news come out. But you can leave a comment in the section below telling me whether you want to see more vlogs like this or whether you think I should just keep my opinions to myself. So leave a comment, or you can tweet at me at empathdigital. Basically, I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. And now onto the part of the video that you all look forward to, commenting on comments. We've got a ton of comments to get through this week, so we might as well start! On the So You're a Supervillain bonus episode, Chris Crystal said, "He killed the rabbit." You're damn right I killed the rabbit, and I would do it again, you hear? I'd do it again in an instant. Way back on episode 9, Chronokinesis, the Doctor Who special, Etropalka said, "Good thing I don't live in Belgium." It's the same thing I say to myself every single morning when I wake up, and I wonder why my analytics don't show any viewers in Belgium. Got a trio of great comments from episode 13, Your Superhuman Name. Canadian Gecko says he would be called Amplifier if he had audiokinesis. Gamer5113 says he would be called Blaze if he was a pyrokinetic. And Shamar Watson says Frostbite for cryokinesis. Is there any way you guys can get in touch and form some kind of superhero team? Because I would watch the shit out of that. Moving on to episode 17, Cryokinesis. Returning commenter Shamar Watson says, "I would make a giant ice golem to be my bodyguard, beat people up for me, and follow me around everywhere I go." Even to the toilet. It's a bit creepy. Also, you'd have to create some sort of primitive ice brain for it in order for it to follow your instructions, so good luck with that. On episode 18, Astral Projection, Shamar Watson once again said, "I would possess a doll." I love how creepy these comments are completely out of context. I also love the fact that, Shamar, you have given no reason for why you would do this. On episode 21, Photokinesis, HJ Fun said, "Photokinesis equals superhero disco." That comment, of course, from HJ Fun, the incredibly 70s superhero. On episode 22, Super Strength, returning commenter Chris Crystal said, "I would kill everything." I think that's the Forrest Whitaker eye, but I can't properly do it with glasses on. And then on episode 23, Aerokinesis, Chris Crystal also said, "I would kill everything." He's still doing the Forrest Whitaker eye. Somebody call the YouTube police, I'm very scared. On episode 24, Magnetokinesis, Shamar Watson came back and said, "Downside, you could wipe out your credit card." See, that's an incredibly practical thing that I never thought of because I am not a proper human being. On episode 27, Genetic Enhancement, returning commenter Canadian Gecko said, "I would become part mimic octopus. Those suckers can imitate anything." Heh, suckers, octopus humour. God damn it, I love me some of that octopus humour. I mean, what is the deal with having 8 legs? And finally, also on episode 27, Genetic Enhancement, Etropalka said, "Octopus, because I could have 3 hearts or 4, I don't know the exact number, and I could change my colour and skin structure so I could disguise myself as a sheep." It's possibly my favourite comment on YouTube ever. Partly because it sounds like a child dizzy on lemonade. And also the train of thought behind that is basically indecipherable. So you want to be part octopus so you can pretend to be a sheep. Some amazing comments this time, guys. Keep them coming on all of my episodes. I'll try to do another one of these soon, and until next time, stay super!